Amazon Prime Video's The Boys truly has one of the most impressive casts you can find on television today. You may have seen some of these actors in other series or films, but couldn't quite place them. Don't worry, I got you. Because today, we're going to take a look at where you've seen these talented performers before. But first, a quick heads up. Some of the characters only appear in Season 4, so for those of you who haven't seen that season yet, there's a big spoiler ahead. I'll also provide information about some characters who only appear in the 4th season. If you haven't seen it yet, I would recommend you stop here. Otherwise, let's dive right into the video with the best friend of our antagonist. First up, Karl Urban, the man who causes a lot of chaos as Billy Butcher in The Boys, is basically the guy you see everywhere without realising it. You might know him as Yoma from the Lord of the Rings trilogy, or maybe you've seen him as Bones McCoy in the Star Trek reboot, and yes, that was Karl Urban, and as if that weren't enough, he also played a stormtrooper in Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, following the motto, once a nerd, always a nerd. He also brought the evil Scourge to life in Thor, Ragnarok. If you don't recognise Karl Urban, just check the credits. Chances are good that he was involved in some way. Next, we have his good friend Jack Quaid, who plays the lovable Huey. He may be considered Hollywood's next generation, but he's already made a name for himself. He was Marvel in The Hunger Games. No, not the publisher, but the tribute who meets an early demise. You may have also seen him in Scream 5 or Oppenheimer, where he played the physicist Richard Feynman. Fun fact, Jack is the son of Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid, which explains why acting comes so naturally to him. When both your parents are famous actors, your chances of becoming a great actor are pretty high too. Although Jack has already appeared in several series and films, he shows his full potential in The Boys and proves why he shouldn't just be known for his last name. Next up, we have Streelight, oops, I meant Starlight, played by Erin Moriarty, the shining star of The Boys. She had already practiced her superhero abilities before, playing Hope Schlottman in Jessica Jones. Before she brightened the world, she played a role in True Detective as Marty Hart's daughter Audrey, and also made a name for herself in Captain Fantastic. Erin brings a perfect blend of strength and vulnerability to the role of Starlight. No wonder she's so popular. Even though there were some controversial discussions about her beauty surgery, she remains the bright light in The Boys, and is probably one of the friendliest soups there is. And since we're on the subject of Light, he might not be as fast as Light, but Jesse T. Usher, aka A-Train, is still the fastest in the series. Jesse had already gained some momentum before becoming the super speedster in The Boys. He was part of Survivor's Remorse and shook up cinemas with Shaft. And while A-Train struggles with the consequences of his lifestyle, Jesse is ready to go full throttle in the 5th season of The Boys. Although he wasn't in the last episodes of the 4th season, it would be more than disappointing if he doesn't make an appearance in the final battle against Homelander. Next, we have Laz Alonso, who in his role as Mother's Milk, MM, brings calm to the chaos of The Boys. Laz is a guy like Karl Urban, whom you've seen everywhere without perhaps realising it. He played Sute in Avatar, appeared in Fast and Furious 6, and shined in The Mysteries of Laura. In The Boys, he is the morals balancing Butcher's wild nature. It will be exciting to see what role MM plays in the upcoming season, especially now that the team dynamics have changed and everyone has been split up and captured. Karen Fukuhara, the mute but deadly Kimiko, already made a name for herself as Katana in Suicide Squad and let the blood splatter in Bullet Train alongside Ryan Reynolds. Karen is also a sought-after voice actress, lending her voice to characters in series like She-Ra, Craig of the Creek, and Archer. Don't worry, even though Kimiko in The Boys rarely speaks, Karen shows in other roles that she definitely has something to say. Chase Crawford, aka The Peak, or as some of you call him, The Deep, was the heartthrob of millions of teenagers in Gossip Girl as Nate Archibald before his time as Master of the Seas in The Boys. Who would have thought that the former Upper East Sider would one day be talking to fish? In addition to The Boys, Chase also appeared in Charlie Says, where he played Tex Watson, a member of the Manson family. Apparently, he has a penchant for shady characters. Claudia Dumit, who plays the ruthless politician and Soup Victoria Newman in The Boys, is an actress with a lot to offer. Before she caused a stir in The Boys, you might have seen her in the sci-fi series Timeless, where she portrayed the brilliant hacker Gia Murray. Her role in Timeless brought her much recognition, especially since she perfectly balanced intelligence and vulnerability. Claudia also worked as a voice actress in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, bringing the character of Farah Karim to life. Even though she's no longer alive in the series, she pretty much proved that she was a good actress in The Boys. Now we have one of the OG characters, Colby Minify, who plays the ever-tense and often frazzled Ashley Barrett in The Boys. She's an actress with a diverse background in both television and film. Before she was navigating the shit show of Vought International, Colby was making her mark in other well-known series. You might recognise her as Virginia from Fear the Walking Dead, where she played a tough-as-nails leader trying to keep her community together in the face of a zombie apocalypse. Colby also appeared in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel as Ginger, showcasing her range in a completely different, more light-hearted setting. Additionally, like Erin Moriarty, she's been in Jessica Jones and had a memorable role in the critically acclaimed movie I'm Thinking of Ending Things. With such a wide array of roles, Colby Minify proves that she can handle anything, whether it's managing a team of unruly wannabe superheroes or surviving the end of the world. Valerie Curry, who makes her explosive debut in Season 4 of The Boys as Firecracker, is no stranger to intense roles. You may know her as Kara from the acclaimed video game Detroit Become Human, where she played an android striving for humanity, a role that perfectly showcased Valerie's impressive talent. But that's not all. Before The Boys, she also had a leading role in the series The Following alongside Kevin Bacon. Last but not least, we have Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who is known for his role as Negan in The Walking Dead. He will also be joining The Boys. I think we all know Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who made a big name for himself by portraying the bat-wielding villain Negan with such energy that viewers simultaneously love and hate him. But that's not all. You might also have seen him in Supernatural as John Winchester or as the charming but tragic Denny Duquette in Grey's Anatomy. Since he's practically a part of Butcher, I'm excited to see how the 5th season will end with him. And while we're on the topic of iconic actors, we must talk about Giancarlo Esposito. This man is a true chameleon, known for bringing his unique intensity to every role. In The Boys, he plays Stan Edgar, the manipulative CEO of Vought International. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. You probably know Giancarlo as the cold-blooded drug lord Gus Fring from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. This role earned him worldwide recognition and several awards. Giancarlo also entered the Star Wars universe in The Mandalorian as Moff Gideon, where he once again shone as a ruthless antagonist. It's hard not to be impressed by the way Giancarlo Esposito fills every role with a dark charisma that is simply irresistible. And finally, the ultimate menace, Homelander, played by Anthony Starr in real life, who made The Boys great. His portrayal of Homelander has made him one of the most iconic figures in modern television, and there's probably no one who can be so terrifying one moment and so charismatic the next as Anthony Starr. Anthony Starr plays this balancing act with a terrifying ease, from his cold-blooded expressions to the subtle nuances of Homelander's wounded ego. You could say that Homelander is not just the leader of the Seven, but also the pulsing heart of the series. And quite honestly, without Anthony Starr's brilliant performance, The Boys wouldn't be the same. But before becoming the all-powerful leader of the Seven, Anthony Starr had already made a name for himself in a number of remarkable projects. His career began in his native New Zealand, where he caused a sensation in the cult series Outrageous Fortune as Van West and his twin brother Jethro West. This dual role already showcased his talent for portraying complex and contradictory characters. Later, he excelled in the US series Banshee, where he played Lucas Hood, an ex-con who assumes the identity of a sheriff, bringing a mix of action and drama to the screens. Anthony Starr's ability to portray broken anti-heroes made him perfect for the role of Homelander, a character who is outwardly perfect, but deeply disturbed inside. Starr's acting is often described as intense and penetrating, earning him not only the recognition of fans, but also critical acclaim. And honestly, when you see Anthony in The Boys, you might wonder why this man hasn't won an Oscar yet. So honestly, I didn't know him before The Boys, but seeing how well he plays Homelander is truly perfect. There couldn't have been anyone better for this role. But that probably applies to almost all the characters in The Boys. The cast is truly what makes the series so special. Each of these actors brings something unique to the table, and when you see where their careers have taken them, you appreciate their work in this series even more. That's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.